What it do? What it do? It's your boy, DJ Nova Freshness is lightning strike. Podcast in the building. Yup, here running it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? We've been all hooked up with Dave, you feel me? But we back in action, bro.
Back at it. Craftmatic.
Back at it. Like some Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Luke.
What up, Luke? Luke in
What
the
does it
building.
do?
That boy Luke in the
What does it do? What's good with everybody, man? Hey, Brodie.
two-piece
Lightning Strike
Luke.
Podcast. And welcome to another riveting edition.
Captivating. What's up? What's up, Reacts?
Chris?
Boy, he be having me rolling on X, bro. He be having me rolling on X. Not the drug, but the social media website platform X.
Yo.
I can't wait to see, because React he be at all the games and stuff. He be at the tailgate and stuff, man. I can't wait. Can't wait, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait, y'all. Let's go, man. This season gonna be live at 5, boy. Bruh.
Lit.
It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be turned.
Both up, Luke. What it do?
They had
Yeah.
And everybody in panic mode because they had Bradley Boozman at center. Like, that means nothing, bro. It's just workout, guys. It's off-season workout. All right? Off-season workout. When we should be concerned.
Means everything.
When we should be concerned is when we get toward the end of training camp.
And my boy still taking snaps.
Yes. He's still taking first-string snaps. Then we should be worried. But we also need to look at, and we're going to be telling y'all, if he's looking good. If he's looking good, because competition tends to make you play better.
Raise the level of play.
Yeah, if I got somebody chopping it behind me, bro, I got to raise my level of play. It's the same thing with QJ. QJ's on notice. Mike Williams on notice. Any incumbent receiver not named Ladd is on notice.
Mike on notice? You gonna put him on notice, bro? Yeah.
And then, like, people was tripping out because Trey Pickens at left tackle. We told y'all, bro. Rashawn he got things going on. He's gonna be there, bro. He got some stuff.
Everybody just stay calm.
Yeah, relax. Everybody relax.
I don't need anybody flipping out, man.
I know.
Anybody flipping out.
Adam, definitely, bro. Just from the interview that he did today, they did an interview. Kyle Kennard got up there, gave his speech. They asked him, how was the camp? What did he learn? He's like, man, they're like, so, the reporters, they asked him, so we see you out there on special teams. How do you, are you going to play special teams? He said, man, I'll be wherever I want, wherever they need me. That's what I'm talking about. That's the mentality. That's the mentality.
Get in where you fit in.
He ain't better than the system. He buying into the culture already. That's what you want to hear from guys. It don't matter where I'm at. Special teams ain't a downgrade. That's an impact in the game.
Go put a hat on somebody.
Yeah.
That
you can change field position. You can get an extra possession with special teams, block field goals, man, return touchdowns. Bro, special teams is important. Juju, we in this thing, Juju. We in this thing. We on YouTube too, Juju.
Trying to told him.
We on there, Juju. We in there. Juju on the beat.
I done told him. We
digging everybody up, bro. This year gonna be phenomenal year, Juju. We gonna be at these tailgates. You looking at 2 season ticket holders. We're gonna be inside Electric Avenue. We're gonna be turning up. We're gonna be partying up. We're gonna be pouring up. We're gonna be eating all the food. We're gonna be DJing, got music going, and we're gonna be live podcasting. It's before the game. So
straight like that.
The pregame is exceptional. So we looking forward to seeing you there, Juju. For real. Only one smooth. Look, I won't say this year, but I say that there's not a case that I don't see us being competitive and being there. Right? I see the only thing that'll happen that'll hold us back from a chip is that we're young. Injuries, and that we're very young in the key spots. But if we can hop over the injury bug, bro, we right there with everybody. First, win the division. Make it to the AFC Championship game.
That's it. Take down Josh Allen in the shootout.
Man. Dog walk Patty.
You know what I'm saying?
The convincing, elevated win against the Chiefs. That will boost you so much, bro. So much higher. Also, man, there's a lot of stuff going on, bro. Like, we could be playing a Christmas game against Minnesota.
Well,
is Minnesota a home game? Minnesota's
Yeah.
home game too. Christmas Day at SoFi?
Whole family five.
Man, Christmas Day at SoFi, boy.
Whole family. Can you imagine what that tailgate is like?
Bro, a whole spread on Christmas Day.
Ooh, boy, gotta break out the good stuff.
Bro, we there. I had a whole family opening up gifts in the parking lot. Play with me.
In the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
Luke say, would you sign Clowney? No, but you can answer it.
Man, you know a guy that had so much potential?
Mm-hmm. I do know a guy.
I don't think his work ethic matched his potential. I don't think he took the game of football serious. Like, he passed every test to be a great.
Coming out of
But
college, he was a stud.
I don't think he put in the work to be a great.
Mm-hmm.
I think the hype got to his head.
Was a stud leaving college.
Luke said he's better than Bud. I mean, when he
define better.
Yeah.
Better is subjective.
Bud works. Bud doesn't have the gift. Like, Clowney's gifted, man. Like, this dude is just, he wake up and he's good. Bud has to work to be good. Clowney is just good. But if Clowney actually put in work, he would be up there with the J.J. Watts. Everything. He was opposite side of J.J., bro. That means you should have been eating. You wasn't winning your one-on-ones.
Jake says Bud was generating 6.5 sacks a season, which such consistency works for our rotation.
Thank you. He worked. He fit in where he got in where he fit in. He's better in that aspect. He's better than Clowney. Like, well,
that's why I said define better.
Yeah, Javon just has a name. He never lived up to his potential. It's disappointing, right? This dude was like a generational talent at that end. He had the size, the hands. He was like compared to Javon Javon Curse, bro. Like, to be compared to that. To be compared to that guy, that's who you look like, but you didn't even play like. You had glimpses every now and then, but you wasn't consistent at all. Yep, Jake, big time, man. He's just a name. He's a name. When you look on paper,
that older group just signing just to sign, like keep getting young.
It is situational pass rushing, bro, and he does good. He fits in his role. He plays his role. He doesn't try to live above or below that. He plays his role. He's a situational pass rusher, and he shows up. Now, Von Miller, old man.
What about Von Miller? Injury prone too.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy. He just old.
Yeah, he's always hurt.
It's just time for him to go home, man. A lot of those guys just got to hang it up and let these young guys.
Three. JK is on the team until otherwise.
Somebody else.
until somebody scoop him up.
We got 5 running backs.
Basically.
He got just as good a shot at making a team as everybody else, bro. Like, training camp, I told you, Cream gonna rise to the top. This training camp, I love the fact that we're signing all these guys, and there's a rumor that, hey, they might bring Gabe Davis in. Look, bring them all in, because all that means, if you bring 20 receivers in the training camp, all that means is 6 of them gonna make the roster, possible 8, and it's gonna be the best 8 out of the 20. That's how it is. It's gonna breed great competition, and you're gonna push yourself to be the best, to make the roster. That's all it is. These guys is not getting no competition at their position. They get fat and comfortable. They don't have that hunger no more. They don't have that desire. They don't have that drive. Bring somebody in there. Bradley, who knows? Bradley Boozman might turn it around, because now he got 3 people gunning for his spot.
Mm-hmm.
This might activate him.
Every day, got to put it on the line.
This might activate him. And then he know it ain't over. Just because I won it in training camp, I got to win this job every week. He know this. It's like QJ. This might activate QJ. We might see QJ out there jumping over dudes' heads, going to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Balling out. This competition,
Freestyle
bro.
Friday. We could talk about anything except
pull up, Jake.
Except for
Yep, that's it, Jake. 100%. Time to put up or shut up, bro. And if you've never been in a pressure situation where you come to work and you just been working, and that new guy come in and you like, man, if you don't get turned up by the new guy, like, or a spot opens up for the promotion, bro, and you don't want to move up or progress in your job, Then you can't get mad when people pass you up.
Got Jake on TikTok.
What up? Oh, yeah. Let me turn him up. What up, Jake?
Nothing much, man. Enjoying my Friday today.
Yeah, Freestyle Friday. How's everything going for you?
Welcome.
It's going fantastic, man. I love the fact of we got a first glimpse of rookie camps.
Yeah.
We get a chance to kind of see what these guys look like. Hopefully soon we'll see them in pads.
Mario Hampton looked like that dude like a machine, bro. He passed the eye test, bro. He looks like the real deal.
Man, I mean, I even watched Kyle Kennard on some of the rotations, and man, I love what I'm seeing with his potential.
Bro, he was going through the machines like he was there to take everybody's job.
Yep.
He was jamming the machines up, bro. Then I like how he handled himself in the press conference. He was energetic in the press conference. Good.
Happy to be here.
Yep. Well spoken. And I told you, I love what he said about special teams. They asked him if he's going to play special teams. He's like, I'm here to help the team win. Wherever they want me, I'll be there. I don't care.
Straight like that.
And you know what? Those are always the guys that I want to build my team around. Yeah. Because no matter the situation or just the position you'd be in, if you give me 110 on all of those positions right there, then you are more valuable to me than when I look at, let's say, hypothetically, a first round talent who's just basically stuck there and is kind of like, well, that's all I got from there. I'm like, really? You can't give me more?
And they showed up, man. All the undrafted free agent guys, everybody looked good, bro. I was impressed, man. I was like, these dudes, man, they look good.
I gotta look at Rocket Sanders, man, because that was one guy I was excited about.
Man, here's the thing. And this is not glazing at all. Joe and Jim drafted so well, bro.
I will allow it.
Like, they drafted so well, bro. Like, and even signed guys in free agency well. Like, you go get Hampton, right? And I wasn't looking at our running back at the first pick. I wasn't even lying. But with the way it laid out, it's like they drafted him, then they got a receiver. Then they got a defensive guy. Then they got another defensive guy. And it just went, the picks just made sense. Each one of these guys could possibly contribute day one. And then when you look at them, outside of, it was two of them that probably had health issues, like Trey Harris had some injuries, and the offensive tackle. But everybody else relatively had healthy.
Oh, yeah, Branson Taylor, yeah.
Yeah, everybody else relatively had healthy college careers. But even when they were healthy, they produced. In 8 games, Trey Harris just like crapped on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, exactly. And like, that's the thing is like, that
was good, Scholar. Was good, Peaky Boats.
That was the whole point of this whole regime, right?
Yeah.
Is when they first hired Joe Ortiz and they got Jim Harbaugh. The point of this is that they were trying to build a roster constructed of how they wanted it, where you got plenty of roster depth. But when you looked at these, and I love doing these every single year when we have the draft, is I love to scout, because I'm not looking at just the player as the person. I'm looking at the player as the player. What is his upside? Does he hold like a special gift that nobody has seen yet? And all those players they address right from there, from 1st to 7th round, and the undrafted, these are guys with low key upside value that everybody cannot wait to see. Like, that's the thing. Like, you got Branson Taylor right up from there. Big, strong body that is putting guys like Trey Pipkins and them up in the interior on notice. Like, hey, I got size, I got durability, and I've got footwork, like the protection, and footwork that Justin Herbert needs.
And he's young.
At the same time, too. Yeah, he's young. And at the same time, too, look at the guy that they signed from off of the basketball squad.
Yeah.
The guy is
6'9", 330, bro. 6'9", 330, and you already know he got footwork because he can play basketball. Exactly. The footwork there already. All you got to do is work on his strength, his upper body strength, because he's a basketball player, and they typically don't have that upper body strength like football players do. But he has explosiveness. He has footwork. I think you can teach the techniques.
Yes. And to be honest with you, the upper body can be a concern. But I've spoken to, I have a couple of friends of mine I talk off the air but one of them is a Lions coach. So he's both offensive and defense. And he told me one of the biggest snippet is it ain't about how you build yourself and what you can do from the upper body. It's all of your technique and the power that you have from your lower that allows your upper body to now complement it well to push back. Because that's the thing. If you're doing squats, you're doing deadlifts, and you're like doing a whole bunch of ladder drills, keeping your feet moving, and then at the same time, you're putting your feet in better positions, left or right, to protect, or you're getting after it, it's the drive. It's also, too, the foot placement that allows you now to protect. And all you got to do is technique on the hands. So you could either protect up front, move them up over towards the side. If you got a run play where you're trying to open a hole, it's all those things that's included from there. I was like, you know what? Couldn't have said it any better from an O-line coach.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, this is exciting to see, man. And like Brodie said, I think healthy, there's nothing I don't see stopping us from competing for a Super Bowl. I think as the season rolls on, we can definitely start shaking our head, yes, right? Because on paper, we've addressed issues, some of the significant issues on paper.
Yeah.
So now it's going into training camp, getting them to buy into the culture. Now getting them to believe in themselves and applying it in games. And you start winning. Yep, you win, and then you start really believing like, hey, man, we really can do this. You get the signature wins against the Chiefs, Eagles. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You go into these battles and you play well, and you play complete games.
Go get our lick back in Dallas.
That's the thing. I'm excited next week, guys, because the schedule release is coming out on May 14th. I've already got that marked up and I'm breaking it down because I don't do a whole lot of like early standing predictions yet because I want to see the strength of schedule first because that's going to determine the matchup they have to face.
Yeah.
There is also a spurt where you might actually have a 5-gamer that could potentially be luck on your side, depending on some of those matchups, or you got the 5 that you are deep in the trenches where you have to fight those. So I have to see that. I believe that this roster is competent enough to fight against its own division and fight against the AFC, but also have that same combatant mentality against all teams in general in both conferences. But I also leave with this, that there is unfinished business along this journey road. Because that's the Kansas Cities, that's the Dallases, like we pointed out.
Yeah.
That's also, and then not to mention, you got to face the Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, here in SoFi.
Who Justin Herbert is 1-0 against Jalen Hurts that nobody likes to talk about.
Yeah. Man,
play a very good Washington Commanders team.
Yep, you do.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good home. Like you got to play the Minnesota Vikings. They went 14-2 last year.
And you got to play the Houston Texans, who literally undressed us in the wild card.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, but I think this has more than the capabilities of going head-on, one-on-one with all those teams.
Facts. Shout out Peaky Boats, man. He said he's excited about having real depth and not just few stars than a massive drop-off cliff. Right, bro. I'd rather have full depth, guys that can play, step up if a guy goes down, or they just better in situations than a whole bunch of, and then a few stars and that's it. I love, like, I'm a big firm believer in having guys that if it's a situation that all of a sudden this guy is just having the game of his life, I'm with it, bro. I'm with it.
I will tell you what, though, because when I look at the opponents that we have, right? So, for instance, we take obviously what happened recently with the Dallas Cowboys getting George Pickens. I was talking about this on my regular show that like I said this before, I predicted the New England Patriots to make the playoffs before the Pittsburgh Steelers because I just do not see the chemistry being there. I don't see this working with DK Metcalf. I think too, if you are desperately waiting for someone like Aaron Rodgers to finally sign and do the same thing that he did with the Jets, it's just not going to work. And I'm disappointed. And at the same time, you're harping so heavily about being the top 10 defense when you have an offense around you now with Najee now with the Chargers. You got an offensive line that's shaky and you don't even know who your quarterback is. Like, you don't even know if that team is capable of scoring 25 plus points a game. That's what scares me. And so when I look at the Cowboys, they do have an upside because it helps Dak out, because next year there's no more guaranteed money. That guaranteed money now is done. It's now just the structural contract, but they're trying to prove it all to make it work that Dak is the guy, but he now has another weapon. But that's not going to stop us from maybe pretend. Yeah.
He's not he's good, but they were talking about Pickett's like it was all over. That's all I seen was like Pickett's was going to take them to the Super Bowl. Like he just elevated. Oh, they got to steal.
I'm just mad we didn't get to see him at DK
fighting people
all out.
I know
interaction.
So one of them had to go. One of them had to go. But
we would have had WrestleMania in Pittsburgh this upcoming.
I said this. I said this before, and this is before we signed Najee Harris. I said this before. I said, give me somebody that left the Steelers and they did very well. I'm hoping Najee does well, but name a Steeler that went out and just killed it on another team.
Yeah.
Like,
and by the way, they've already traded away since 2018 5 receivers. Because
none of them did. Mike Wallace.
None of them panned out. They traded Martavis Bryant. Yeah. They traded Deontay Johnson. Like, none of them panned out.
None of them. And now you got Pickett. Leave it to Cowboy fans to say, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. We got Pickett. And they just parading him around on TV like he's a game changer, like he's this electrifying receiver. No, y'all got fleeced for a third round.
Dallas game in Dallas.
It's gonna be a
them ones.
Bro, I want to see him and DJ throw some hands. DJ gonna throw them hands with him.
But see, that's my thing is I do believe though that is the game that our corners and safeties got to be prepared for.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like I just know that George Pickens, what he's capable of, it's not a very creative route tree. But I know that if you leave him open in some of those spurts, man, that can hurt us a bit. So I expect our secondary.
He's physical. He's physical. Yeah. I'll give him that. He's physical, and he brings an attitude to the locker room with the receivers because he's the one that's gonna fight all the grind, like the Hines Ward, but more feisty, right? More feisty. Hines Ward was just a
hothead.
Yeah, he's just a straight hothead. So we'll see, man. Oh, yeah. We'll see. Just Cowboy fans are just like, George Pickett, like, bro, he ain't that great. And then the Steelers, I don't know, man. The organization is seeming to be in shambles. You're sitting here waiting on Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot of Aaron Rodgers fans, but I'm a firm believer in it's over, bro. It's time. Like, you're great. You will go first ballot Hall of Fame. We're not taking that away from you. Aaron Rodgers, you played the game like a quarterback like no others. Love to see you throw. Love to see the old Aaron Rodgers. But this Aaron Rodgers, bro, no. You're a shell of yourself. Yeah. You're a shell of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the other thing, too, is because they've constantly now, the last couple of seasons, have been spending all their money on defense. And for what? For what reason? Like you already are building a young defense by the time you got Peyton Wilson and you got Herbig and you got Alex Highsmith that you paid all that money for. To me, I was like, and again, I even said this earlier after I ended my show, but it's just like I've been harping to Steeler fans like, you guys all have wanted signs of my face all around all the street corners, basically telling me to go kick rocks when I told you strike when the iron is hot. Trade TJ Watt and get a first, second, and a fourth round pick up from there because you're trying to solidify his new contract, whomever is going to pay that. And at that point, now you've got 2 first round picks. You'll have 15 draft picks because they already had 12. And that's enough. I could reshape an entire roster and get 10 times better on offense. But they want to be rah-rah. They want to be this whole culture. We never have a losing season because I'm like, I look at Tomlin now. Tomlin's not that creative. He's literally all he is a motivational, raw, personal gymnast.
He will get the best out of him. He will get the best out of him, but I don't think he's hired anybody to get the be creative with the offense. Like, yeah, they just stagnant, man. Like
the lunch pail team.
Yeah, and waiting on Aaron Rodgers, man. He still hasn't signed. Like you passed up a couple quarterbacks in the draft, and it's like, that position is
And
probably
you think Will Howard's the answer? Another one who's basically a Big Ben Bill?
yeah. And he has no arm strength though. He don't have the arm strength that big. The Big Ben had the arm strength that he could just stand in the pocket flat footed and just throw the ball 50 yards on a rope. But
And see people like when I talked about like Will Howard and before he, because I even said this before the season started, was that Will Howard going to Ohio State was the best thing because it now gets him to like a bigger program that's ready to win right now.
Yeah.
But at that time, right before they changed their offensive coordinators, the first one that they had was Bill O'Brien, and I turned around and I said, dude, if Will Howard is going to have Bill O'Brien's offensive genius mindset of his schemes and the way he designs plays for quarterbacks, Will Howard could have been a top 5 college quarterback if he was under Bill O'Brien as the offensive coordinator. But because that didn't happen, and he goes to Boston College to be closest to his son, that was dealing with health issues, understandable. Then they get Chip Kelly. Well, Chip Kelly, is going to obviously run the football, much similar to what Greg Roman does.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make Will Howard super highly accurate, not even have finesse touch on the football to throw the outside route. I don't care you got Jeremiah Smith or not up in Ohio State.
man, he had all those receivers. They should have been running the score up.
Of course.
They should have been hanging
the thing
70.
is, you could see the difference in the play design. Because with Bill O'Brien, I guarantee you I'm getting that Deshaun Watson package with Will Howard. Because he'd be throwing it up left and right and would have those post routes that he could just throw easily, and it's an easy 6 points for the Buckeyes.
Exactly, man. It's just I don't know what the Steelers were thinking, man. Like Aaron Rodgers isn't going to come in 1 year and take you any farther than Russell Wilson took you in the playoffs.
And I said this to every Steeler fan. I was like, what is the worst feeling a Steeler fan can have? It ain't about Baltimore, because you all know that you'll play competitively against the Ravens with Lamar and all the rest of it. And it ain't Cincinnati, because Joe Burrow is just that guy. And there's times where you might have the last laugh, but it's Cleveland proving to them that they are better than you. And why is that? They got 2 first-round picks next year. And I just watched Shedeur Sanders in camp. Tell me he's not the most highly talented quarterback, man, just from watching him on those throws.
His game, look at his film. It's 74% completed. 74% completion rate under pressure with a shoddy offensive line.
Yeah, the worst in college football.
Like
he's going into a Cleveland Browns organization, which they solidified. They do not draft first-round quarterbacks at all very well. And they cleared that. But he is in a good situation where he's got a veteran quarterback in front of him. And I think as far as Kenny Pickett, I don't think he really lasts that long. Yeah, no expectation. And I watched the 2 of them, right, between him and Dylan Gabriel. And I'll be honest, he's going to win that battle with Dylan Gabriel. Because I just watched Dylan, and no disrespect to him, but I think he is very accurate as a lefty. But people kept harping up, well, he's a winning quarterback in college. I'm like, yeah, but what did winning quarterbacks get you in the NFL? Because did we say that about Patrick Mahomes in Texas Tech when he had Cliff Kingsbury? Did we say that about Josh Allen when he was in Wyoming? None of you watched a lick of film in Wyoming.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't find that. It's like when we literally find our true potential, like in our lives, right? Is it going to be the potential that when we were in high school, or is it going to be the potential when it was life after high school?
Oregon,
when you're into college.
Oregon just runs a different offense. Oregon just runs a different offense. It's like very rare that their quarterbacks are skilled, like the receivers transition over well to the NFL. They're linemen and stuff, but their offensive side of the ball is gimmicky, right? It's gimmicky. It's good for college. They got a lot of talent, but then when they play the top echelons of teams, they never fare well, right? Because the gimmick is these schools have enough depth to go against that gimmick where you spread out the field and you're just slinging it at a high pace and you're running this high-powered offense. I don't know, man. I don't know. Cleveland got a good situation, I think, at quarterback.
Yeah.
I think Shedeur is probably going to be number 2 or number 3 behind. If he's number 3, it's because he's behind Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco just has the experience, right?
Yep.
Or he might end up number 2 and Joe Flacco is out of there and they just keep the young guys. I don't see any scenario where Kenny Pickett make it. He's expired.
I just literally watched all those throws at minicamp, and I literally turned around and I'm like, why did the San Francisco 49ers pass on him? That all those throws accurately just screams Kyle Shanahan's system right there, and even more with his potential.
And he's patient, man. And he's patient, and he has just enough athletic ability to stretch the play.
Yep.
Get out of there.
To stretch the play. And I would just love, like, you put him on LSU, you put him on Ole Miss, you put him on Ohio State. He's just, man, he's Heisman. He's going to be winning the Heisman.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really am. I love watching these rookie camps. And at the same time, I mean, we watched a bit of the veterans too, kind of get a little bit of some action, kind of getting some, kind of building those relationships come this season to kind of get on the same pages and work out. But I am curious because I know everybody, a lot of Charger fans in the chat too, talking about it is, Joe Ortiz, when he was on Kay Adams, talking about the potential of that reunion still in play with Keenan Allen. Like I said before, I'm not opposed to it because to me, the best ability is availability. And to me, of course, it's going to push guys like Quinn Johnston to prove himself.
Yep. And
because you're adding that veteran who's now going to be coaching guys like Trey Harris and Keandre Lambert-Smith, like, this is your time to shine. This is time to prove yourself that you are working towards for the better and not for the worse.
Yep.
It's win-win.
Peaky both said the glaring issue with Aaron Rodgers is it's only 1 year deal where wherever he lands, best case scenario, he wins you a Super Bowl, then rides off into the sunset. Next year, you won't have. He walked into the best situation when he had the Jets. The Jets, I said it going into that year, the Jets are a quarterback away from being in the AFC Championship. All they needed was a quarterback. He goes in, he gets hurt. And then when he starts destroying them in training camp, you just see the conflict and things going into training camp. And it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? All you had to do was just come and be a fraction of Aaron Rodgers, and y'all would have been in the AFC Championship. They had everything that you needed.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. The only reason I say that is because the roster construction itself, absolutely, they'd be a quarterback away. But the problem of it is, if you know, like knowing the history of the Johnsons, especially Woody, Woody doesn't do his business on home soil. He's mostly in international, like he's mostly up in London, where he does a lot of his business. That's why, like, when they come up into London, he's trying to prove to like a lot of like his business pals that he does stuff with that like he's got a very good team. But he's not really there kind of putting his hands in the pile of trying to make this a better team. And that's why a lot of like that dysfunction within the organization happens that way, because that's what led to Robert Saleh getting fired. And then it led to Joe Douglas getting fired because it was like he's not there and presently. I think there's a deal. I don't know if it's true, but I know because it's owned by the Johnson brothers, that I think they have a pact of like every 4 years, they switch off and on between like maintaining the ship. So who knows? I mean, it could be quite different now with Aaron Glenn being there. And I think, now you're trying to instill that healthy culture that you're trying to get back from the last 2 years. But you just got to figure it out, man.
We're gonna see, man. Like I think they
Free Brees Hall.
Free Garrett Wilson. Dude, I thought we was in a play for Garrett Wilson. I would have loved him on the Chargers. Shoot.
I mean, hey, Braylon Allen does look nice too.
Shoot, they got some good pieces over there who could poach.
But at least we got Tyler Conklin.
Poached one.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think he's gonna help bring the guys right along in the tight end room.
Your hands.
So what was your guys' thoughts on Oronde Gadsden? I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts before I bring my point on it, because I really did like the value he was picked at. And to be honest, he is literally a poor man's Colston Loveland with such high upside.
I think he's next up.
He's dynamic because he's a receiver that went to tight end.
Yeah.
So he's small, right? We're not bringing him in to block or anything like that, but he's in a position to where you have to play him because he's that dynamic of a playmaker. He gives like you can teach him the blocking will come, but he's here to catch
the ball.
That's
Yep.
it. And he does that very well. He gets separation very well. He's fast. He's agile. He probably, Ben Herbert's going to probably add like 10 or 15 pounds on him, on this frame, and he's going to be amazing, bro. I just think that he's going to be amazing, especially like learning from Conkley, learning from Disley, blocking aspect of the game. Like,
and you even got that rugby player Pataya right there and being that other extra blocker.
It's a loaded tight end room.
Yeah. So I just think if he adds that, his only thing is add that size so that he can hold those blocks a little bit longer. Everything else is he got already. Everything else he got.
I also think too, you could put in special packages as a possession tight end.
Yeah.
Where you not only have to rely on him to be that midfield attacker,
that jumbo,
but you could be the jumbo because you could even rely on him to get the over the shoulder outside the sidelines catch.
Yeah. All right. Red zone. Antonio Gates in the red zone.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You line him up. You can line him up right in the slot, and he gonna put work.
Exactly.
He gonna put work on him. So it's like you just creating a monster. You're creating somebody. Once you add the weight and the physicality, that he's only gonna get better at blocking. Only gonna get better and greater at receiving. Like, he has the tools. He has, put it like this: it's easier to teach him blocking than it is to teach him pass catching.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But I'll tell you what, though, if there is another player I am excited to watch, it's RJ Nickens. I think because I think he serves as a very good rotational guy in case if something were to happen to someone like Alohi Gilman.
Which it did last year.
100%. And that's where I think with him, he can add physicality. He could also be that other one that can be that spotter whenever that the ball is in the air, because it's crazy that he got picked as low as he did.
And he did.
When I looked at PFF grade, and he literally had the top 5% among safeties.
1,000 some snaps, never led a touchdown, a catch. 1,000 some snaps.
Insane.
It's like 1,900 snaps he had without it's ridiculous. The upside and the value, again, they addressed everything that we needed. Last year, we went thin in safeties. Like, we had to call Tony Jefferson out of retirement and bring him in to play safety. And now you address it. You draft a guy and you sign an undrafted free agent, as well as re-sign Aloha. So you added depth in the right positions, and I love it, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Hopefully you can have a Cam Hart, Tarheeb Steele type year.
Man,
Oh,
I mean, you're going to get the snaps. You're going to get the snaps. You're going to get the snaps. What is what you do with it now?
Yeah. Because Triquick Bridges, like, I can literally see him be such a valuable asset on special teams. Because he brings that same exact type of energy and physicality that could be useful as being an attacker. So I like that pick as well. Yeah. I mean, amongst all those, the only thing that I know can be a bit concerning would obviously be our edge rushing rotation, though I'm not too concerned, but I would like to add at least one more piece, but I'm not going to go out and get someone like a Jadeveon Clowney to do it. I would rather get, somebody that's a little bit more on the low risk, high reward type deal. And I would say the linebackers is another thing I'm also going to keep an eye out for this season as well, because I want to see what Junior Colson does in year 2.
Man,
and you bring Denzel Perryman back, and we just got to see what that rotation.
And that goes with what Peaky Boat saying, that the vets in the locker room are teaching the young guys. 100%. That is what Denzel is there for. You see what he did with the Ranger last year. And now, if Junior Colson stays healthy and completes a training camp, bro, that's what I think hurt him. He didn't complete training camp. He had an appendectomy, took him out, and he didn't. That's a pivotal part. The training camp is a pivotal part of your growth, especially as a rookie, right? This is where you cut your teeth, and he didn't have that. So now he's healthy. If he can make it through training camp and get into the season, I think we're going to be like, this is what we got. This is what we got. Peaky, and like you said, K-Mac reached out to Kyle Kennard, man. Even he reached out to what's the D tackle that we got, he reached out to them.
Jamari Caldwell.
Yeah, he reached out to him, and
Yeah.
Jamari was like, "Man, you know, I used to play with this dude on video games."
And that's how you start building those relationships.
So what you call him was somebody asked if the Spanos selling the team. No, they did sell 27% of the Chargers to Tom Gores. That was significant. That happened last year. And that was approved. So he's the owner of the Pistons. So that was significant. That's a significant amount of ownership, 27%.
Yeah, I was happy when they basically sold that stake because that was going to be crucial, and especially too with the guy that's more like because I think he owns a tech company or something like that.
He owns an equity company. It's up in like Beverly Hills. He's a Beverly Hills guy.
Oh yeah, so see, there's all that new money that's going to be coming in right there.
Worth $11 billion. Man, let me borrow like $10, bro.
Let me hold something, player.
Let me hold something, man. You won't miss it. But yeah, I mean, hopefully with that infusion of money, and I think that's what kind of got the Spanos on this track. So, you know, they about the money, and I'm not knocking them. They want their money, and so they still own 69%. So
not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all.
And let's see. I mean, they brought Hartson and they gave him the checkbook, and he's been writing checks, good checks, and they haven't bounced yet. We
got one more. Jake, we appreciate you for tapping in with us, man.
I always appreciate you for stopping by, brother. Jake?
Absolutely, you guys.
I appreciate
love talking ball. I love talking ball with you guys.
Hey, let them know what time your show come on.
So my regular show comes on weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, and also catch me up on Charger Syndicate as well. Always bringing in the bolts.
Mm-hmm.
So check out every one of my uploaded videos. Yep, I'm all over Roku, iHeartRadio, and all social media platforms wherever you get your podcasts. And we just launched back up our Facebook page, so it's it's live and online. So definitely give it a follow, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you for stopping by, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. What it do, Sam?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Not much.
What up?
Hey, big Chargers fan here from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I was just wondering about the wide receiver room. Because last year, I was kind of sick to my stomach coming into each week thinking about this year. I'm kind of excited, and I'm just wondering who's going to be on the roster. Because I'm just thinking a lot of mouths to feed and a lot of talent, which I'm excited to see. But who's going to actually be in a uniform on Sunday?
Lad
McConkey, number one.
Obviously, I'm very man. He's going to be pro.
He has a name placard. He has a name placard that's drilled into his locker. He's good.
Bolted into his locker.
I think Mike Williams is going to be there. Trey Harris, KLS, and then Darius Davis, special teams. Jalen Reed is out of there.
Get named that word.
Jalen. I think QJ gets traded. I think he gets traded, man. I think he gets traded.
That'd be brutal.
I mean, we could get value for him. The thing is, he did it to himself. Nobody did it to him. All right. It's the consistency with him.
It's brutal watching him play sometimes. Yes. That Baltimore Ravens game, my wife that doesn't even know much about football knows that he shit the bed.
Man, the playoffs, like on the biggest stage, on the grand stage, you had a rookie out there by himself. Everybody left the rookie alone. Like the rookie was the only one that showed up to play, bro. And I keep harping on this, but it was on prime time playoff game. Win or go home. We are the favorites. We did everything that we needed to do to make the playoffs. We get the favorable opponent, and we didn't punch our ticket no more. Our receivers did not show up. Lad showed up. The other people was just like, they didn't get off the plane. 2 catches, 14 yards. Lad had 100 and something yards. The rookie came to play in the playoff game. His first ever playoff game, his first ever NFL season, and he showed out. He's the only one that wanted it. QJ couldn't even get a 1-yard first down conversion.
You don't say that.
What would his trade stock be? I mean,
Peaky Boat saying he's a 6th round. I say 4th. I say he's a 4th. Because if you look at his numbers, he's honestly a 3rd rounder if you look at his numbers. Because he got better numbers than George Pickett, and they got a 3rd rounder for George Pickett. Honestly, he's 2nd rounder if you compare the two. If you look at that stats and you take away the drops, because George Pickett got dropped too, right? He got drops. and stuff like that. But if you look at QJ's actual touchdown numbers and yards, he eclipsed him. But then when you actually watch the gameplay, you get frustrated. You just, are you coming to the Nashville game? Are you going to come to the Titans game?
Yeah.
We're going to be there. We're going to be there.
Oh, sick. I wonder what week it's going to be.
Man,
We'll find out next week.
Yeah, we'll find out next week.
I've been waiting for
I hope it's not too cold, bro, because I know Tennessee get cold. Up in their mountains. I can't do it, bro.
Jacket.
Yeah, why? What do we think about the tight end group? We got Conklin and Disley, and then got Gadsden in the draft. I think that's going to be enough.
Hey, Peaky, let me just address this. Peaky, you right. It's no small feat what he did with the touchdowns. All I'll say, the reason why I harp on QJ is it's just consistent. We don't know what QJ is going to show up. When the game on the line and we need him, he's not reliable, and that hurts us. That hurts us. Big game, he don't show up. So he's not consistent enough. And I think that's everybody's frustration is if you throw the ball his way, hold your breath, is he gonna make a play? Then he doesn't make a play. But then he come back another game. When you ready to drive, put him in front of the bus and run him over, he comes another week and he shows out. Shows out against the Raiders. Shows out. I put up a big game against the Raiders. But then you don't hear from him no more.
He said, which is why I want Kenny back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sam, what you had said?
Tight end room.
Mm-hmm.
We got Conklin and Disley, picked up Gadsden in the draft. I think it's going to be enough.
Rugby player.
Yeah, we got 5 tight ends now, right? We carrying 5 tight ends?
And we got that the DJ, the quarterback that
DJ, I can't say his name.
He's not going to play. If he wants the chance in the NFL, he's going to have to go to tight end.
Man, I'm going to tell you, I watched this kid in high school, right? Because he played against my nephew in high school. I watched this kid in high school, and I was just like, man, this dude going to the league. He had everything. Size, arm, but he got to college, and he's just like, I don't know what happened, man. He still got a shot. But I think Trey Lance is going to get quarterback number 2.
I hope so.
I think just because of his athleticism and the upside that he brings, and he's still young. He's been in league 4 or 5 years. He has a lot of potential. I think
he has a lot left in him, you know? He's still very young. He does not have a lot of gas left in the tank for him.
Yeah. So it's gonna be this training camp is gonna be exciting just because of all the position battles that we have, and all the positions that we had issues with last year. They loaded up and they said we're gonna just take the best. We only gonna keep the best on this roster.
Who's going to be our center? What's the prediction? Zion? Are they doing Zion?
He said Zion's getting some snaps.
That'd be exciting because it just has kind of been up and down for him. So if it works, it works.
And I'm telling you, QJ could rise to the top. I honestly think at the end of the day, QJ is playing out of position. He actually is more of a slot guy or intermediate route guy. He's not an X.
This might be the
year that they try him out at another position, and he might make the team because the competition made him rise to the occasion. Boozman might be our center because it made him rise to the occasion. It made him play harder, get better, be smarter because he knows somebody's coming for that spot. Nothing's guaranteed. When they walk into this training camp, it's only one person that won on the receiver depth chart. It's the other people at the offensive line, like left tackle, right guard, and right tackle are solidified. Center and left guard got question marks. Number 2 receiver on down has question marks. So, and I think the third running back and beyond has question marks. First 2, we pretty much know, Harrison and Hampton. I think by week 5, Hampton takes over the bulk of the load just because he has the potential to be a big time playmaker. Faster, he can very well in the receiving game, and he can pass block.
His pass protection is crazy.
Insane. And bruh, I don't think that's going to be fun to watch him and DJ go at it in practice. That's going to be fun to watch because we know what DJ do to running backs. So them 2, they probably going to put a red shirt on both of them.
Y'all got to chill.
But this is going to be a good, if you're in the area, man, this is going to be a good training camp season, man, because of all the competition at the positions, man. We won't find out the wide receiver layout until probably the last week of preseason. you probably find QJ playing July 3rd in the Hall of Fame game. And if he's playing in the Hall of Fame game and he's playing a lot, that right there tells you what's going on.
Just knock it off with the Quentin Johnson boundary shots. How many times did Justin Herbert throw it up to him on the sideline? And it was just nothing every single time. So he was playing the wrong position. So hopefully they can figure it out. Because obviously I'm rooting for him, but it's hard to when he's just so inconsistent. So inconsistent.
I think everybody's rooting for him.
Nah, Peaky, I think they're going to bring him along good, man.
The way that Harbaugh talks about him, like Harbaugh's never, ever going to talk bad about a player. And I think they really do believe in him.
Harbaugh won't talk bad about you, but if he don't have nothing good to say, he ain't going to talk about you. So you got to pay attention to that. You got to pay attention.
Well, the things not said.
Yeah.
It's like Asante.
It's the things not said. Never said no bad words. It just never said nothing about Asante. But you ask him about it, the players that Mac, Holly, Herbert, Holly, DJ, Holly, QJ's here. We're going to compete. We're going to compete. That's what he says. You got to watch what's not said.
How many games do we think that Mike Williams is going to play this year?
Well, he better hope he better try to go for 17 or he's getting
out of there.
I'm telling you.
I think Trey Harris takes over by week 10.
The competition is so deep and the competition is going to be so great that these guys are going to try to, not what we had last year where we had a 5-game stretch where we didn't know who was going to be in the receiver room. It's too deep right now. It's too deep. And if you are any player, you don't want that dude that's behind you to get on the field because he might not get off. So you're going to do your best to make sure that you're healthy and that you're ready for 17 games plus playoffs.
It's a grind.
Because if you go down with this talent, you probably won't get back in the rotation. That's just, we're just that deep. And even with running back, same deal.
Especially if we get JK back. That's going to be insane.
I think Hassan Haskins makes the roster just for special teams purposes.
I don't want to see Kamani Vidal go to any other team because I feel like if he goes to another team, it's going to be one of those things where we go. And I'll be like, I told y'all.
Like, man.
It's happened before. With us.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun to see, man, with these positions. It's gonna be fun to see. If JK coming there, he's gonna have to compete. You was a starter last year, but they drafted 2 guys, one who's never missed a game in his whole career and rushed for 1,000 yards every year that he's been in the NFL, and he's still young. Then they drafted a guy first round, so you already know if a team drafts a first rounder, he's on the roster. And they're expecting him to contribute day one. So, JK, you penciled in, brother. And there's no knock against his talent. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not looking at JK sideways, but you got to look at how contracts and teams are made. They draft a player first round. First, second, and third round players are on the team. First player got guaranteed roster spot and possibly going to be a day one contributor. Because why draft them if you don't bring them in to play right away? Straight up.
Yep.
They loaded up a receiver and they loaded up at a specific style of receiver. They didn't go load up on slots. They went and loaded up on X's. Guys that could play X. Guys that go and high point the ball, challenge the ball, get separation from the cornerback or route runners. They went and got those guys. They didn't necessarily, KLS is speed guy, straight up speed guy. He replaces Palmer. Harris is a technician, separation by route running and game speed. Don't look at his 40 time, look at his game speed. Look at how he gets separation from the receiver and after the catch, gone. So it's gonna be fun.
People back there doing stuff and things.
Yep. Peaky say, remember that OG3 had LT, Turner, and Sproles. We could possibly have that with JK, Hamilton, and Harris, bro. Healthy, and that keeps them healthy. And then you how you gonna game plan for 3?
Running back by committee.
Whoever's catching heat, let them go. Let them eat. And that keeps them fresh, man. You got 3, then you got a healthy running back room going into the playoffs. Healthy wide receiver room going into O-line. We don't have depth at O-line. That's huge. Just because a guy don't win the starting spot doesn't mean that they're not going to be able to get on the football field and contribute. The guys that they put on the 53-man roster are going to contribute and add value to the team, no doubt. And that's why you want as many players at these positions going into camp so that they can compete and you can get the best 53 players on this roster. And then hopefully you can tuck away some guys on the practice squad and they don't get signed by other teams. Because that's the threat of putting guys on the practice squad, that other teams can come and poach them. So you got to be, this 53 is going to be hard. These are my guys. So when Joe and Jim come out with that 53-man roster, we as fans know that these are the best 53 here. And we might have some guys tucked away on practice squad. Hopefully nobody leaks out any information or anything like that about them. That'd be good.
Last question before I hop out. Sear Taylor, is he a part of that 53-man roster?
Who?
Jaw Taylor, the slot corner.
Uh-huh.
Is he going to be on that 53-man roster? Is he going to make it through training camp, or is he going to get taken over by somebody? Because it's been kind of rough with him. It's been up and down.
Right now, you're going to have St. Juicy is probably in the lead for that slot corner, that nickel. So if he's serviceable, he's going to be there.
I guess it all comes down to special teams. If Ficken thinks that it'll work, because we were bare bones on special teams last year. It was rough. Thule played so many snaps on special teams. People said that like he kind of like stalled out like a sophomore slump. It's like, I think he was gassed out because he had the second most snaps of any special teamer. So hopefully we can stay healthier. Last year was a little bit rough. And Herbert, I'm so sick of seeing Herbert get hurt. That's
why we got to build that. That's why we went out and got that wall. That's why we went out and got the wall. That's why we went and got the wall.
It hurts my stomach each time he goes down.
We addressed the three amigos.
It's been rough.
We addressed the three amigos and we put them on notice. We replaced one amigo at right guard. And then we said the center and left guard, y'all got to fight. Y'all got to fight to the death. This is Gladiator. You got to fight for the right to protect Justin Herbert.
If we get 17 games out of Mekhi Becton, we'll be straight.
Man.
All right. You guys have a great night.
Appreciate you tapping in with us, Sam. Appreciate you.
Like, share, subscribe.
John, I think right now, Bradley, but I don't know. With training camp, when we reporting from training camp, we're going to give y'all the real. When we sit in that training camp, we're going to come back and give y'all the real.
Way too early predictions.
Way too early.
Are exactly that.
Because I can't call it. I can't call it right now because Zion hasn't played a snap at center in the NFL. Andre has, and if you ask me right now, I say Andre, right? Brought him in. He was a starting center last year for the Raiders. We brought him in to take Bradley's spot because I'm not happy, and I don't think any of the fans are happy with the way Bradley played last year.
No.
I don't think anybody's really happy.
Bash him nearly as much as we bash Q.
That's what I'm saying, Luke. I'm with Andre. I think it's going to wash out in training camp. That's why I'm so excited, man, about this training camp. It's that competition, man. You're going to see these guys in there, and you wake up and you know that, hey, man, today, every day out here, I got to be good. Because when I'm not, they just looking to replace me. I know for a fact QJ's sitting at home stressing. And you either going to come in with that confidence that I'm going to be my best me, or you're going to fold to the pressure and succumb to your doubts. We might see a new QJ, man. I'm telling you. If we don't see a new QJ, then we know what it is.
And there you have it.
Anything before we get up out?
Nah, man.
Man, May 14th. Oh, well, we did miss y'all, man.
Appreciate y'all for tapping back in.
It's going down. Next week, boy, May 14th.
Yeah.
We're going to be live in effect, ready, bro.
We gonna dive all the way into that schedule.
Peaky, if he balls out in camp, he's going to be on the roster. But I'm going to tell y'all what y'all watch for. The signs that he's struggling in camp. If you don't hear it from us, but you really going to see it if he's out there playing significant amount of snaps in the preseason. That tells you that they're lining him up to be traded. They're showcasing him to be traded. So if he's out there, if QJ is out there playing in preseason, they're trying to shop. They're shopping him around, and he's struggling in camp. That's what that means. Because training camp and preseason is evaluation. We're giving you the plays that we're going to run, and we're evaluating you to see if you fit what we need. And brother, I just brought in all these people because you couldn't give me what I needed last year. You wasn't guaranteed. So I brought in all these people. He is in trouble. Everybody know he's in trouble. Everybody know QJ's in trouble, man. He should know he's in trouble. If I'm sitting there as a player and they go second round with the second pick in the 2025 draft, the Chargers select Trey Harris, Ole Miss. What? Wait. He play X.
What a function.
That right there. Man, I keep forgetting about he just couldn't learn the playbook. That's what kept him off the field. You think about this. All the injuries we had at the end of the season, and he dressed and still didn't get any snaps. He in the doghouse with hardball, man. They put him in that Arizona game and you never seen him again. Hey, after Herbert yelled at him, never seen him again. You know how this league is, man. You got one shot. You got one shot to show people what you got, man. And if your shot consists of you not knowing the bare minimum, meaning to play, bro, we can't trust you to be on the field. We ain't got time to sit up here and teach you this stuff, bro. That's what you're supposed to come to the game with. That's what we have practice for. That's what we give you the playbook for. He writes 62/54
Now they say
barcode.
be on them tablets, not tapped in.
You supposed to know that.
You just up there holding it.
So you already, man, like that's embarrassing. That's confidence breaker right there, man. I run out to the huddle and then they snap the huddle and I'm like, I line up on the wrong side. My quarterback in the middle game is yelling at me.
What the hell?
So yeah. And I couldn't get back on the field with all these hurt players, whole depleted wide receiver room. I mean, we had Palmer was down, Jalen Reagor was down, and you still didn't.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, so that's what's up with Brandon Rice, man. Learn the playbook. He can compete. He gonna have to compete in training camp. You got a year ahead of all these other guys. You got the height, you got the genes, you got the hands. Well, you can't remember the simple stuff, bro. So that's gonna be another person I'm watching. I can't wait till we get to training camp. Well, I'm gonna be out there like with my telescope. I might need to get one of them like what's those sky chairs, those sky lifts. I'm
got my little monocle.
He was hurt and he got healthy. It's just like Ashanti Samuel was hurt and then he got healthy and he just never played.
Mm-hmm.
And we
young boys is over there cutting up.
Yeah. There's a high chance that Rocket Sanders make the team. If you watch him play, you could pretty much say if I'm a running back, I'm nervous. If I'm a running back not named Hampton and Harris, I'm nervous as hell. I think it's the DBs. I think it's who is going to play the slot and who's the nickel is our biggest question with our cornerbacks. Cam and Steele are locked in. We do need some depth at cornerback, but
they hold their own.
Yep. For the most part, they hold their own. You got DJ teaching that group the ropes.
How to hit.
I think that.
Boys.
I bet you as soon as DJ say something, they be like, DJ look like he'll body slam somebody.
Shout out to DJ. Boy got his honorary doctorate.
That's huge, man. Yeah. That's huge.
Love to see it. You love to see it.
That's huge. But Dicker had a birthday this week too, right?
Dicker did have a birthday.
Dicker had a birthday. J.K. Scott should be on notice too. I think they're gonna bring some punters in. They're gonna bring some punters in for competition.
We have no time. I get into my rant.
No, man. Look, if QJ, I'm not above reproach. If QJ calls me out, man, more power to it. I deserve to be called out. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about him. But I'm not wrong about him because we got the tapes and films. But I hope that he becomes another person and is better. You know, I just hope he don't steal off on me if he see me, bro. Don't punch me, dog. I'm hard on him because I care. Hard on him because I care.
Giving him the treatment.
Oh, yeah, the safety from RJ Mickens. Nice. Justin Tucker available. No, we got too many massage parlors for him. But I think they with it out here, so he
might be good to go.
They with it out here, boy. He can't.
The way these NDAs is set up.
He ain't got enough. It got way more massage parlors than he could go through out here. Him and Deshaun Watson, they ain't got enough time to go through all these massage parlors.
Oh, man.
She said, Tucker got first ballot happy.
Gold jacket.
Golded. Him and Watson. Who you think number one? Who you think the most prolific? I know.
I would say the underrated. I'm going to go with Tucker.
Tucker?
I'm going to go with Tucker.
But that just came out of left field, too.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. It's the people you least expect.
Justin Tucker?
It's the people you least expect.
So what do you do as a guy? Hold on. What do you do as a guy? You
Lightning
see
Strike
this
podcast, extra innings.
You see this breaking news on Watson, right? And you see he did all this stuff in the massage parlor. Do you stop if you're Justin Tucker? Do you stop and you go, maybe I should chill out, or maybe you know what? Let me gather up everybody. Let me start getting NDAs and paying people off and heading them off. Like, do you do that?
Everybody on Microsoft Teams, no ma'am.
Or do you double down? Call. Did he double down? Like, did he? I wonder if he doubled down after the. I think he had to double down after the Watson stuff.
So they got to catch me first. They got to catch me. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So it's just like, dude, I'm sure you get nervous. You like, man, I see a guy, like somebody come in the locker room, bro, you see what happened to Deshaun? He like, what? Man, you like, huh? Him at the massage parlor. And he like, huh?
Huh?
What happened at the massage parlor? He pulled out his iPad. He started Googling. He did what? Oh, man.
What's that you say? Today?
Like,
Deshaun Watson, quarterback.
Did he just look up at himself like, I'm screwed? You better get in it. He should have gotten his phone and start settling, bro. 20 here, 20 there. Should have went back to him.
Got pickle chicken. I could offer all of y'all a box of pickle chicken and pickle lemonade.
Yeah. He got him, bro. Like, he was like, hold my beer, Deshaun. I got you. The kicker, though, like, it's so random, bro. It's like so unexpected. I'm not saying he's above reproach, right? I don't put it past any human, but you typically don't hear these type of things from the kicker. And then they try to act like they released him.
It's a football decision.
Man, the boy got charges. Well, not charges. He got lawsuits.
Allegations.
Yeah, allegations.
Allegedly.
Yeah, man. And it's just, my boy out there, he's like, man, I want that Deshaun Watson. I wonder if they ever cross paths inside of a massage parlor together.
What's up, my boy?
Like when Justin in town in Cleveland and he was at the massage parlor and Deshaun was there and they were looking at each other like,
what's happening with you?
Or like, oh, you know what? Better yet, because Deshaun was playing for the Texans at the time when Ravens flew into Houston, because Houston a big city. Did Tucker go, he walk into the massage parlor and Deshaun and then he like, oh, then we got something in common.
You being look, for real?
Yeah, bro, here go my number. Hit me up. And they got a group chat.
Let me know. We could pull up.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here, man. Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in, tapping in with us, bro. We really appreciate y'all. We'll be back Monday. Make it Monday on y'all boys. And again, man, always like, share, subscribe, comment, bro. We appreciate the engagement. We love talking with you guys and answering your questions and having a chat with you guys. That's what it's all about, man. That's what we do, man. We love you guys.
Yeah.
You got anything, Brodie, before we out?
Nah.
On that note, we out.